If you crush the apples your neighbor gave you, pour them into a ceramic jar along with the juice, add 2 spoonfuls of white sugar and half a jar of cooled liquor, seal it tightly, shake it well, and let it sit in a cool place for 3 to 5 days. Natural yeast on the apple peels will multiply in the sugar water, and the carbon dioxide and alcohol they release will quickly create a layer of fine bubbles and white foam on the surface. Filter out the peel residue with gauze to get a bowl of yeast-rich mother liquor. However, at this point, the yeast liquid still contains a large number of other bacteria. If you use it directly to knead dough, it will easily make the flour sour, affecting the taste. You take an equal amount of flour, pour it into the yeast liquid, knead it into a dough, and let it ferment naturally in a warm place. The starch in the flour will allow the yeast to continue to multiply, and the other bacteria will be continuously diluted. 039. The dough will also be expanded by the generated gas, revealing a fine honeycomb structure. If you smell it closely, there is an irrepressible aroma of alcohol. This is the first generation of yeast. However, there are still a few miscellaneous bacteria in the yeast starter at this time. You break it into small pieces, dissolve it in warm water, add new flour, and repeat this process 2 or 3 times until the sour taste basically dissipates. Only then is a qualified starter dough made. You knead the starter dough into fine particles, spread it on a bamboo sieve, cover it with straw, and move it to a cool, ventilated place to air dry for 7 days. The yeast will enter a state of suspended animation as it dehydrates. At this point, it can be stored in a jar. 110. Congratulations, you have replicated the ancient yeast method. This is the ancient craft recorded in the Chinese medicine manual. Take a little warm water to dissolve the dough, and it will rise fluffy and soft. The steamed buns will have a natural fragrance.